We're going to get back and talk about this some more, but there's other news that's going on right now. The Stronger report has come out today. State Senator Jason Rapert is going to join us from Conway. Stronger stands for State Review of Oil and Natural Gas Environmental Regulations, and this is a big report saying that Arkansas is doing a good job of regulating the industry. And, hey, Jason, how are you? Thanks for joining us here on the Dave Elswick Show.
I'm doing great, Dave. How are you today?
I'm good. Explain why the Stronger report's so important.
Well, it's significant and very important to the state of Arkansas. As you know, over the past several months, especially last year, there's been a lot of controversy about natural gas exploration, specifically in the Fayetteville Shale, and a lot of claims that that it was damaging the environment, and all those related sorts of claims that had come out. And last year, after visiting with my constituents, talking with regulators, talking with industry, I felt like it would be smart of us to voluntarily submit to a review by Stronger, which you've already said the acronym of the organization. And so I went to the Arkansas Oil and Gas Commission and made my case why I felt it was prudent at this time, in order to have confidence in the community at large, that we undergo the Stronger review. And so they did, and last November they came into Arkansas. They had a team which was made up of environmental representatives, of industry representatives, and also regulators, and they did a very in-depth review of the Arkansas Oil and Gas Commission's hydraulic fracturing rules. And as you stated, probably one of the most important lines is on page 4 of that report. It says the review team has concluded that the Arkansas program is well managed, it's professional, and generally meets the 2010 hydraulic fracturing guidelines. In fact, they went on to say some very nice things about what Arkansas is doing, and one of the most important things that it says is there is no reports that they have had that they've been able to positively identify with any contamination of any water wells or any streams. That's been verified by AOGC, the Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality, as well as the USGS. And so, Dave, what we need is to have confidence that the AOGC is doing a great job with the regulation. And I also pledge that whatever this report revealed, I would do my best to lead the way to make sure that we strengthen our efforts. The only thing that they really encouraged us to do in this report is that we need to have some more inspectors to be able to keep up with the workload, and that's not a bad thing. You know, we've got 4,000 active wells in the Fayetteville Shale right now, and they project that we have a potential for over 14,000 wells. And so if we need to add some more people to make sure that everybody is properly protected, that's not too much to ask, and I intend to follow up on that.
All right, so explain to my listeners again, this is an independent agency. This is not an agency that's part of the oil and gas industry, correct?
That is exactly right. In fact, Stronger has its roots all the way back into 1990 when the Interstate Oil Compacting Commission and the EPA jointly established a study of state regulation of oil and gas exploration. And over the years, that has evolved into what we now know is Stronger. They are completely independent. They are made up not only of environmental personnel, but also regulators and industry representatives. In fact, the 3 primary team members that were here was Lori Rotenberry of the Oklahoma Corporate Commission, which oversees oil and gas in Oklahoma, Miss Wilma Subra, which she's with Subra Company, which was out of Louisiana, which is an environmental stakeholder, and also Jim Collins of the Independent Petroleum Association of America. And actually, locally, we had several other people involved, including Miss Debbie Doss of the Arkansas Canoe Club, which is very active with the Arkansas Public Policy Panel, which, as you know, brought some of the primary complaints about the Fayetteville Shale. And so it is an independent organization. Even the Department of Energy has lauded Stronger as the organization to turn to if you're trying to figure out if a state is doing a good job. And, you know, I didn't know going in what their report would reveal. But the bottom line is I knew that we needed some relief in Arkansas so that people could have confidence. This is just like having a organization come in and do an accreditation review or do a peer review. And so I'm happy that we're getting this, especially at a time when Arkansas is having to deal with potentially, the severance tax issue, which I think is not the time to raise severance taxes. And so some of the claims being made about the industry, is that there's been some potential problems. And this report just says, frankly, that is not the case. They're doing a good job.
Did you get a chance to talk to the lady that's with the canoe folks? What was her thoughts about the report itself? Do you know?
I have not got to speak with her since the report was released, which was last night. Literally in the evening it was released, so it's fresh off the press. But I did visit with her personally and thanked her for being a part of that process. I went down and observed some of the review process when it was occurring at AOGC back in November. And I was very, very glad that they, frankly, had a representative at the table, because it's important that they know firsthand how this review took place so that they can have the confidence as well. And, in addition to that, we had folks from the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality. There was a U.S. Department of Energy representative there, Ms. Nancy Johnson. And so I think it is one of the best things that could have happened to bring confidence and calm to this industry, because it is so vital to Arkansas right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and all the problems that they're having in Pennsylvania. Are we hearing anything here in the state that maybe we'll see things ramp up a little bit more over the next few months?
Are you talking about in terms of production or in terms of some turmoil?
No, as far as production goes, because evidently they're slowing down and shutting down in Pennsylvania. My son-in-law works in the natural gas industry, and he's looking to head down to San Antonio because they're pulling back because of all the problems that the state lawmakers are making for them in Pennsylvania.
Well, I don't know all of the issues that they're dealing with, but I actually spoke briefly over the past 24 hours with a guy named Sandy Henry out of Maynard, Arkansas. He told me he's up in the Marcellus Shale working, and what I can tell you is that you hit on a key issue. Leadership in a state is not taking an active role to create a good quality environment. Those companies will go to different places to do their production. In fact, I'm very concerned right now in the state of Arkansas. BHP, Southwest Energy, as well as XTO have all pulled back on their production because the price of gas is so low. And what we wanted to have occur here is to create a good environment that makes sure that we're protecting our landowners' interests, protecting the environment, but at the same time allowing good, equitable, and fair production of this precious resource. And the severance tax issue coming out right now is probably the worst possible time that you could be trying to raise Arkansas to 7% on the severance tax, which would make us literally one of the highest of any state around us. And so your son's probably correct. There's no doubt. If that environment is being made more difficult in Pennsylvania, you're going to see them go to other areas, and that's what we don't want to have happen in Arkansas. It's too important to our jobs here.
Yeah, they're going to go to places that it's easier to do their job, not more difficult. State Senator Jason Rapert from Conway, thanks for the call-in, and thanks for the information on the Stronger report. And it comes out very positive for the state of Arkansas. Thanks a lot, man.
Appreciate it, Dave. Thank you.
Talk to you later now. All right, State Senator Jason